of these.
Are you crazy? They'll never go for it. And then again, they might. Little red devils, they love toys. May I try one?
Please do, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. These things are defective.
Mel Brooks has spent most of his life making people laugh, but this isn't a story about punchlines, awards, or box office numbers. It's a story about how close he came to losing the very ground that made all of that possible. At 99 years old, Brooks is being revisited not just as a comedy icon, but as a person shaped by instability, loss, and emotional pressure. This video explores the private challenges behind his public success, showing moments of uncertainty, doubt, and personal struggle that rarely make headlines. It shifts the question from why was Mel Brooks successful to something deeper. What did it take for him to endure long enough to become the figure we know today? The story we'll explore isn't about the laughter he gave the world. It's about what sustained him when the laughter wasn't there.
I've heard that you're married to the most beautiful woman in the world. Is that true, Mr. Brooks?
No, I'm married to Anne Bancroft.
A central part of Brooks' life was his relationship with Anne Bancroft. According to his son, Max Brooks, her death from cancer in 2005 marked a turning point that permanently changed his father's inner world. Max describes it simply, when she died, all the light went out. There's no exaggeration in that phrasing, no attempt to dramatize grief. It shows that Bancroft wasn't just a partner in life or art, but a stabilizing force, someone who anchored Brooks emotionally in ways that success never could. From a broader perspective, this reframes her role entirely. She wasn't just adjacent to his career, she was foundational to it. Both Brooks and his children point out that her belief in him mattered most during uncertain times. Her encouragement wasn't symbolic, it was practical. She pushed him to trust his instincts, take risks, and keep working through doubt. This highlights something essential. Resilience is often relational. It's not just talent or determination. It's also the support you receive when you need it most.
Life stinks.
Brooks's early career was far from smooth. After his work on Your Show of Shows, he faced months of uncertainty. He struggled financially, lost access to therapy, and questioned his own value. For a time, there was no clear path forward. This wasn't failure after success. It was uncertainty before security. Psychologically, that distinction matters. Anxiety began to dominate his personal life. The pressure to succeed collided with the fear of disappearing. That tension didn't stay contained. It affected his relationships and home environment. His son Nicky describes his father during this period as intolerable, reflecting the emotional volatility and stress that permeated the household. This honesty matters because it resists the urge to romanticize struggle. Brooks's hardships weren't noble in themselves, they had real consequences. Brooks' work in comedy wasn't just expression, it was a form of control. His public image is confident, funny, and commanding, but privately, his life was more fragmented. Comedy gave him structure. It was a way to impose order on internal chaos. This distinction explains why later success didn't erase earlier emotional damage, and why personal loss, especially later in life, had such a profound effect. Performance can often be a coping mechanism, not just entertainment. In Brooks's case, laughter was survival, and this is what makes his story relatable. Behind every joke, there was a person navigating fear, uncertainty, and the pressures of life, just like anyone else.
Excited because I'm sitting here with an absolute living legend.
And a man who means so much laughter and so much joy to so many people.
Different outlets have framed his story in slightly different ways. People magazine emphasizes emotional loss, love, grief, and the enduring impact of Bancroft's death. Entertainment Weekly focuses more on psychological strain, anger, anxiety, and early instability. Neither framing is wrong, but together they show a more complete picture. Lifestyle coverage humanizes through emotion, while entertainment journalism contextualizes through pressure and industry dynamics. Understanding these perspectives helps viewers see Brooks not just as a comedy legend, but as a human navigating complex personal challenges.
What is the .com? What does that mean? .com. Who cares? Who gives a shit?
Some suggest that Brooks' story is ultimately about endurance rather than success. The real question isn't how he stayed funny, but how he stayed present, how he navigated grief, internal conflict, and the pressures of life without fully retreating. Brooks's legacy has always been measured in laughter, influence, and longevity. But we can also measure it in survival, the ability to continue despite loss and instability. This reframes success itself, not as a smooth arc from struggle to triumph, but as an uneven process shaped by relationships, pressure, and personal resilience. If laughter can be a way to survive, the question the story leaves behind is simple. What happens when the person who helped you survive is gone?